What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here at the ARG Las Vegas, here with third place. What's your name and what you play, bro?
Brandon Lichter, and I'm from Arizona, and I played World Chalice.
World Chalice in this spiral slash trickstar like magician format. What made you want to play this deck, bro?
Really, it doesn't lose the hand traps if you play correctly, and it has a really good spiral matchup. And
this is your deck, right?
This is my. I really enjoyed this deck. And it was something I was on the fence about. It was either this or Spiral, and I just went with my gut, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, you got third place, man, at the ARG. That's pretty good.
7-1 in Swiss. I lost to one Spiral player. It was a really close game, and it was really awesome. But I'm glad it came. I was actually on the fence about coming too, so
hey, you can't complain now. Got that third place. All right, let's get into that profile, bro.
I play a lot of hand traps, standard ones. I played 3 Ash, Maxi, and Droll. I thought these were the best ones against Spiral. I always played around Gamma with Droll, even if they added right away. I always still played around it because I just didn't want them to end with Sleeper. That was the main thing that hurts about this deck.
Yeah.
And the things about hand traps in this deck is that it's really beneficial because they're monsters, and I can special them out and add them back with Firewall and stuff. And they were really faithful. I always saw these when I needed them. 5th card Droll.
Fifth card Droll, baby.
About 3 times.
That feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. For the monsters and the extenders, the part of the deck, I played 3 Venus and 3 Exodius. This engine was really, really crazy. I had so many games where I would either open these two or open this and the World Legacy, and it would just be like a crazy amount of advantage, and I wouldn't win. I would have 2 hand traps, Tri-Gate, Firewalls.
Yeah.
It'd be too much.
So for people that don't know, that just like emeralds back to your balls to keep summoning your balls.
When this deck hit Emerald, I had to play around some other stuff.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much what it does is on summon, I have to shuffle all my monsters back into my deck, and for every monster, normal monster in my graveyard, it gains 1,000 attack. I actually hit someone for 6,000 with this. That was pretty good. I had this and Phoenix, that was it, and I just hit for 6,000. It was over.
That's spicy.
Yeah, and also another thing to know about this card's actually insane. It says when I declare attack, I can send any monster of my deck to my grave, so it's a Foolish Burial. I would send some other cards I'll show you later that have really good interactions with this, but these cards were insane, and obviously, gotta play the 3 Shine Ball. So faithful. I draw them all the time. It's actually not that bad opening a normal monster in this deck. Sometimes it's what your hand needs, and it was really great. This whole engine was really great. Every time I saw Venus, it was amazing.
Making a wild board.
It was amazing. Making wild boards all the time. Now for the World Chalice monsters: 3 Lee, 3 World Chalice Legacy, 3 Chosen, and 2 Dog. So these are musts. These are the heart and soul of the deck. Lee is a Stratos when it's normal or special, and lets me. It's pretty, and it has a 2K butt, it's also really good. And I also can send a monster from my hand or field to the grave to add it back to my hand. I'll show you later what I do with that, but there's some really good interactions. This is also probably the best card in the deck.
That's the guy that floats.
Yeah, this is the guy that has all 3 of his effects are really relevant. The first one is if he's normal summoned and he's sent from field to grave, I can special 2 World Chalices for my deck. And the reason why this deck can play around hand traps is I can mask the effects of the World Chalice. If I have this and any of the extra deck monsters, I can have this be Chain Link 1 and any of the extra monsters be Chain Link 2, so they can't Ash, they can't Gamma. So there was multiple times where an opponent would have an Ash and he just didn't even play it because my hand was so insane that I was just masking all my effects. So that's why this reason was so good. And the 3 Chosen, the reason I chose this is I actually play another card I'll show you later, but he's actually a 16 beater. There were so many times where I just summoned 2 of these and 2 Firewalls and it'd be game.
Oh my gosh.
And the next card, another really, really good card extender-wise is Guard Dragon. He has 2 really good effects. The first one is he's a hand trap. So if they target any of my linked cards, I can negate and destroy. So against Pendulum Magicians, I would make a Link Spider and then put a Venus right under it, and then they would use the trap to blow it up, and I would just negate and destroy the trap. So that was really good. And it says linked, not co-linked. So it can just be just like anything that's pointing to anything, and it's good.
Oh my gosh.
And then also in the grave, I can banish it to special a vanilla to a zone a monster points to. So that's also really helpful for getting Ningirs through draws. And that's all the World Chalice monsters. For the 1-ofs, Dandelion, Gofu, and Lazuli. This is the card I was talking about. There were multiple games where I had Exodius, and I would just swing with Exodius and then send this to the grave.
Oh my god, you
get 2 tokens, so free monsters. And Exodius is just a special summon, so it doesn't burn my normal summon. And there was also games where if I had this, I can send it from my hand from Lee, add the Lee back, get 2 tokens. and so that's really helpful. Also, it's not once per turn, so I would do that, and then I would use Aurum to bring it back and then link it again. This card's really faithful. I'm glad I played Dandelion. It's a great card, and obviously Lazuli. I only drew Lazuli Brilliant Fusion one time the whole tournament. Thank the Lord. And then I've had games where I draw all three of the Brilliant Fusions in this, so I'm sad. But this card's really, really great. Has really good interactions with this deck. That's why I play this over Garnet. Is because if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, I can add a vanilla back, and then so it really complements with other extenders I have. So getting any vanilla and then Brilliant Fusioning this out is just free value. And then obviously Gofu, because I'm playing a Link deck, and Gofu's nuts. So.
Good starter.
Good starters, yes. Another package I play was Gameciel and 2 Kyoto Waterfronts. Anytime I summon Gameciel, it was over immediately because
Judgment, baby.
If you can play this card right with a field spell, you can get 3 negates, not 2. You just shotgun first negate the first thing that happens, and then you let something resolve. So this gains another counter when it's sent to field to grave, and then you have 2 more, along with firewalls and tri-gates and hand traps. So really faithful engine. I just sided out if it wasn't in the good matchup. And then for one-ofs, E-Telly, Foolish, and Soul Charge. Also, really good cards. I had countless games where I just sent Dandelion off this, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And also, this was to send a Lee so I can get the plays going, get stuff in rotation, or a Venus even. So like Monster Reborn it back with Soul Charge or Aurum or any of those. And E-Telly, just because it's E-Telly, it doesn't burn a normal summon, and like I said, normal monsters are what fix your hands in this deck. So these cards were all really, really good. No complaints. Some other extenders, Unexpected Die and Brilliant Fusion. I know, the one ulti Brilliant Fusion. I had to throw it in.
That's okay. It still looks pretty.
I pulled it in a pack, in my OTS pack, so I was like, I gotta play it.
Gotta play it.
I only saw it twice, but I don't know. Unexpected Die. This card's actually really insane. It really fixes wonky hands that you have, where you don't have Venus or you don't have a good play to have. So this card is really faithful. Also, these cards pair really well together, where if I can get a normal in the grave and then extra deck and bring it back with Zuli, add it back for free resources. So these cards are all really good. I would consider in the future playing other weird light monsters, so I can send off Brilliant Fusion. I've even been thinking about Karaz. Bring Karaz back and blow up a dead Brilliant Fusion and draw cards. Or even a normal summon it if I had to. So these cards are really great. Yeah, I like those. And then as the last spicy card, I played the Final Answer Shade Brigade. This card's good for various reasons. It's kind of has the same context as Unexpected Die and E-Telly, but the thing about it that's great is that it's considered a normal monster, not a token, so I'm allowed to make Imduk with it, and then it gets my whole play started. So
and there ain't no other traps in your deck.
And I don't play any other traps, and this card's good first or second. It's just an extender, so I really like it, and it's good side out.
For sure.
So that's the main deck. I played 42. I was playing Upstart and not playing the Kaiju field spell and the Kaijus, but man, I'm so glad I played that.
Yeah.
If I ever ended up bored with the Kaiju, it was just, like I said, over.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Some tokens. Zatchbell, dead card games. And
I have one of those too.
Metabots, dead card games, and
it's
a
cool,
melee token. But
cool tokens.
let me actually hang on. Okay, and then so I played for the Link ones, 2 Link Spider and 3 Imduk. This card's like your Brilliant Fusion of the deck, and like I said, this is what helps you mask effects of your World Chalice monsters. So usually the reason why I play 2 Link Spider, not 1, is that sometimes you have to start with the Link Spider, and you usually want to have another one so you can end with a Tri-Gate board. The lucky hands where you get Exodius and you can shuffle your stuff back, it's worth. But this card's insane. There's actually came up a time where I actually used its other effect, where I summoned it where a decode was, and if it's pointing to a monster, I can just, at the start of damage step, I just blow it up.
Oh, wow. So it's like a Taster type effect?
Yeah. So what I did is I normal Venus, get a Shine Ball, made this so Zico is pointing to, smack into it, and just blow it up. It was relevant. This card's great, and having it being a win attribute and a dragon makes for easy ibs. So this card was really great and faithful. So there you go. For the Link 2s, I played Ib, Proxy Dragon, and Aurum. Ib, this card's really, really great. It starts all your plays, it protects your monsters, and it's a really good monster to have right directly in the middle so you can just get your Link plays going once you get this out. Proxy Dragon is for those weird wonky hands where I have like a Venus and a Shine Ball, but I still need to make a Link 2 and I can't make this. So I make this with Tri-Gate, and it's with Gofu and other things like that. And Aurum, this card's actually insane. It just takes 2 World Chalice, but it's also a Monster Reborn, I just have to tribute a World Chalice monster at points to, and then Monster Reborn any monster. So I did multiple times where I would make an Ningirsu, send a card and field the grave, use a firewall with make a firewall with the Ningirsu, and then bring back the Ningirsu, do it again, and send another card. So this card was really insane, and yeah, it's really great. And also, gaining the 300 attack boost is relevant if I have a Legacy engraved, so I can beat over Baguska.
Oh yeah, Baguska. So, your deck actually has a pretty good matchup version of Baguska.
Yeah, Baguska. Yeah, Baguska's not that bad.
Baby.
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup. So that's that. And I would actually consider bumping this to 2, but the only reason I don't is because I play Exodius, so I can shuffle it back, which is really nice. And that's the Link 2s. For the Link 3s, Gaia, Trigate, and Ningirsu. All these cards were really amazing, especially Trigate and Ningirsu. Gaia's there for those, like I said, those wonky hands where you have Soul Charge and Venus and that's it, so you have to like build your resources up. And it also helped me beat over Baguska, so it's another Baguska out. And Trigate, making this turn 2 is actually so much better than making a turn 1 because you can banish a card. Sometimes I would just go make a Trigate, banish a card, and then make a Firewall with a Trigate, and it was really worth. And Ningirsu, this card's also really, really great. Drawing 3 cards or 2 cards and then having it mask the effect, so I can be like Chain Link 1 and Chain Link 2 with like an Aurum, or let's say.
Yeah.
Special one out of my hand to a zone of points to, so then I would draw 3 cards. And the sending effect is really great. This pairs really, really well with Brilliant Fusion, because Dead Brilliant Fusions, it sends a lot of people just misread this card. It's literally Ignister. Just send it on resolution, so they were kind of confused. But this card's really great, and Monster Reborning this back is just insane. So those were all the Link 3s, and then Link 4s, 2 Firewall. That's all I played for Link 4s. It was enough. I never needed the 3rd, but there were multiple games where I summoned 2, or even just summoned 1. This card's really, really great. This is how you get the Gamma out with the Firewall. So I probably made the Firewall Gamma board like 4 or 5 times, and every game I did, it was over. So really, really good card. Hope it doesn't get hit though too. Or 1.
It might. That card's pretty broken.
I'll just replace one of them with a Scoldy in the next set.
Oh yeah, that card
Venus is a 1-card Scoldy, so that's really crazy. And then the last card,
the 1 Seraph.
The Seraphonite.
The only non-blue card in the extra deck.
The reason why Brilliant Fusion is actually so crazy in this deck is that Venus and Lee are both light monsters, so you would send that with the Brilliant Fusion to get that engine going, and it's really, really good. That's what you need to start your combos. So yeah, that was the extra deck.
All right. So.
And then so for the side deck, I played 3 Skullmeister. So the theory was behind this, it was a monster and it was a hand trap. And the only cards I would side in against Spiral were these. Since I already had Max C, 3 Ash, and 3 Droll, I would just take out the Gamma Seal and the 2 field spells. And a lot of people didn't respect this card. They would go Drone Agent combo, and as soon as I made Decode Talker and used the Master Plan effect, I would just Skullmeister it, and they would pass turn on Decode and nothing else.
Oh my god.
And I do that play where I can make the Imduk and smack over their Decode immediately, and then just do the whole play. So this card was really insane. And there was 2 times in the tournament in Swiss where I just summoned this from my hand with Firewall and then attack for game.
Wow,
so 17,
it is pretty big.
17 is relevant.
17 is pretty big.
So that's that. And then some other big monsters that I like to play. Chaos Hunter, there was times where I summoned this Firewall from my hand and beat stuff over with it, and also it's really, really good against Rogue. Trickstars mainly is why I have this, just because they can't get over this, and once I get this out, it's really, really easy to win. So, Chaos, and pitching cards from hand. I pitched a Dandelion once from this, so that was insane. Let's come back to Dandelion.
Dandelion's big.
The 1 Kaiju, I was already playing 1 in the main deck, so the theory was I already had 2, so I would just take out the field spells and put whatever I needed for the Kaiju, but it was good, no complaints. Then I also played another board removal. Sometimes Baguska is annoying, so I have Regeki, and it's also good for weird matchups, so Regeki's good. And then for other spells, 3 Twin Twister. This card's also really good. Pitching like weird cards like Dandelion and like Lees and normal monsters, so you can Brilliant Fusion and just add them back for free resources, is why this card's really good in this deck. And games where I played a round 8 of Swiss, I played a Magician player, and I had Trigate Firewall combo, and I had set this, and it was literally
there's no
way he was coming back from that. It was actually over. So that was that. And then so going first cards, Mind Crush and Imperial Order. Mind Crush for evenly matched.
Oh yeah, that card's big.
At the very end, I got double evenly matched in the second to last round, so unfortunately I negated the first one, but he just did the second one. Imperial Order I never saw, but the theory was that if it was a crazy one-up, I'd drew off Ningirsu as a 3 of, and I just set this. It was auto win, kind of. The only problem was it's paying your life points with Venus and Soul Charges.
Yeah.
I had one game where I paid 6,500 life points.
Just for Venus by itself?
I double Venus, and then I Soul Charged.
Oh, damn.
And that was the deck profile.
For sure, man. Hey, do you actually want to show this Gamma Seal combo at all and kind of show that how people actually use that combo? You want to show it off?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy or anything.
No, I'll just show it off real quick. So it
I'm kind of curious how you.
It's actually only the reason why this deck is so good is I can open so many hand traps and have a 2-card combo, which is this and the Venus, and that's it. Just these two. And your hand gets better if you have other World Chalice monsters to mask your effects, and then if you draw 3 with Yugioh, that's where you can add field spells. Like if I had this in the field spell, it's the crazy board. So I'll add the field spell and see what happens. Alright, so what we'll do is normal summon this and get all your 3 Shine Balls out of the deck.
This deck can make some wild boards. I saw your fields, man, from afar. I was like, I just see blue monsters, vanillas, everything was flying around.
Yeah, everything was flying around. That's just how it goes. So let's go, and so we make an Imduk right here. I'm actually doing it backwards, so this is actually really hard.
No, it's okay. You can do it like this way, whatever way you want to do it.
I'll just do it normal way.
Yeah, do it normal, like I'm your opponent, and I'm going to get
having the zones be in the right spot is actually very important in this deck, so you have to make sure you do that. First, you would have the field spell open, obviously.
So field spell,
So it has a counter. Then you would just immediately tribute summon this. And this is where you would play around Ash if you had either any of the normals, a Guard Dragon, a Lee, like anything in your hand. You can even special this from your hand with this. So that's how you mask your effects, and that's why I play so many. So you make these 2 into the Aurum, and then you would get your World Legacy effect.
Get the search 2.
You get the special 2, and they can be the same exact card. They just can't be a Legacy itself.
Oh, okay.
So usually search these 2, just because you want to get this in rotation, you want to get this in rotation. So you get this effect, and this is where you can start masking your effects. So all you would need is just 1 monster to mask this effect, and now you can mask your Inducer draw because you have your normal monster already.
Oh, okay.
And then now you can go into these 2, into your, where is he at? Index upside down. Make into your Ib. And then now you can add your Gamma Seal back, so you have enough counters.
Yeah, you have enough counters to search moving 3.
Yeah, I would always make sure that you have 4 counters, because for some reason if you have 3 and you attempt to add it and they Ghost Ogre it, you have to remove a counter, and then you won't have 3, so you can't add the Gamma Seal. So make sure you have 4 counters, because that's actually happened to me, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's how that goes. And then now you would want to use your Guard Dragon to banish it, to special back your Vanilla. And let's see, you make this into your Imduk, wherever he is. Imduk. And then you can make these into your Proxy Dragon, or you can do it the other way around. You just have to get your normal monster out.
Yeah.
Proxy Dragon. And then now you can make your Trigate, or I mean your Ningirsu.
This is where you get to draw some cards.
This is where you would go Chainlink 1 and then Chainlink 2. So you would special this out and you would draw 3. And then depending on your hand, you already, if you draw literally any monster, if you draw
like an extender,
any extender, Brilliant Fusion, E-Telly, Foolish, there's so many. You could draw this mid combo and still be relevant. And then that's where you would get your 3 cards, and then you would make what you would usually do is use your Ningirsu and any other rent. Say I drew this. Use your Ningirsu and these 2 into your Firewall. And then you could get this effect if you wanted, but it's not relevant that much. So then you would tribute this off. If you had another World Chalice, you would just make this into an Imduk, and then you would immediately tribute it off to bring back your Ningirsu, so you have something that's pointing for Trigate. And then you would usually special your World Chalice monster, whatever it is, if you had it, and it being, let's say, right here. And then you would go right here into your Trigate, and then spec a normal monster out of your hand, or something that was. Or you can even have Firewall add something back, since you have a target from your hand, you can add it back, special it back, and this is where you make your Link Spider, and then lastly Firewall effect.
Just special summon
boom, summon the Gamma Seal.
And then that's where you have
it. On top of some Ashes.
Anything else you could have drawn in your hand.
A million other hand traps. I draw Mind Control, or Mind Crush, Imperial Order, more hand traps.
And this is like insane about, like your board can't be broken without like a Winged Dragon or Raw.
I've actually, literally, you say that.
That's the only thing.
I had gotten Raw Sphere moded once, and I still won that game.
You still won that game.
And the best part of having this out is that now they can't Gamma Seal anything on your board.
Yeah, because you already got a Kaiji. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So appreciate you showing that. Any shout outs you want to give to?
Yeah, shout out to JJ, shout out to Arizona, to all the guys at the card shop. Shout out to Franjo and Jimmy and Ivan for coming out with me today. I was really tempted to not go, but I ended up going, and I'm really glad I did. This deck was really fun, and it did really well. I'm so glad I played it, and I'm really happy. Another shout out to is Phoenix X Flare. He's the reason why I actually really played this deck. He has a lot of combo tutorials on YouTube, and I really like them. And his inspiration for his deck makes so much sense. But I had to add my own tweak cards in there, like Dandelion.
Yeah, you gotta always
Trap,
have your spicy
my spicy cards. But thanks for the deck profile. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Congrats on getting 3rd place, and
you,
keep on going for the rogue players out here, baby.
I'll keep trying.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. Congrats.